All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about the Nectar mod that's on Madden 19 for the PC. Uh, I've been playing with this mod for about 3 days now. A little less than 3 days. I've been playing with various teams, getting a little feel of what it is before I actually gave you my opinion about it. I know a lot of people ask me to make a video about the gameplay or whatever. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have the desire to do any type of breakdowns, or anything, and I just think honestly, I'm just gonna give you an honest opinion about what I've done and what I've played with. I know I just did a video about All Pro Football 2K8, but that was more to shout out King Havo and 2K Football Now with the great job they done with All Pro Football. But as far as gameplay goes, I'm gonna be quite honest. I just don't have the desire. But I'm just gonna give you my honest opinion with this mod. You're gonna have drop passes. You're gonna have blown coverages. You're gonna have players that's not in position to swat the ball. You're gonna have uh, tacklers out of position. I think what these guys tried to do is to give you an experience like what you see on Sundays. I'm not saying everything is great. I'm not saying everything is awesome as far as the gameplay goes. But what they've done with this mod is fantastic. And I'm gonna understand. I'm gonna hope you understand where I'm coming from. When I say those two things together, I mean the gameplay isn't great because football isn't great all the time. You're gonna have situations where people blow coverages. You got situations where players drop passes while they're wide open. You're gonna have blown coverages. You're gonna have missed tackles. You're just gonna have people out of position. You're gonna have blown blocking assignments. For the most part, this mod shows that off in a really good light. You're gonna have to strategize to be successful and put players in position to be successful. Now I know that may sound negative, but that's the truth. If you don't know what you're doing in the game of football, those things are tend to happen. So if you do get this mod and you have issues with not knowing how to play the game of football and you think your IQ is a certain level or you used to playing Madden a long time, I'm not saying that you can't you still can't do that, but it's diminished big time. You're gonna have to know a little bit of X's and O's with this mod. I think these guys did a great job, and what they did was they modded the game to have different things calibrated. They had player movement, AI, coverages, blocking, tackling, catching, pass trajectories. They had all that, calibrated to be a certain way, and on top of that, they have sliders to balance everything out. So when they balanced it out, the way I thought they balanced it out, they gave it a pretty good football experience. So therefore, you got a decent dose of X's and O's football. Now, let's talk about some positives. Basically, if you run the right plays, basically, if you get your personnel, a guy who can catch, put him in the position to be successful catching the ball, he will catch the ball. There are times where if you have a dominant player, it will show. Especially in the trenches, it will show. Also, it'll show if you're running the football, which I'll get back to that shortly. It'll definitely show if you are going, if you're a quarterback, which I'll also get to that after the running back situation. Your players will be very dominant if you just put them in position. Don't expect to come into this with the mindset that what you want to happen will happen. You got to understand when you watch football on TV, what they want to happen don't happen. Uh, Running backs, they run very well. The AI runs much better now with a lot more logic, and a lot of broken tackles are there to the point where you see some animations that you probably never seen before. There are some animations in Madden 19 that just don't trigger. With this mod, they're able to trigger at certain times. Um, the AI will hurdle over a player if need be. Um, I noticed that the player will hurdle if I'm using the running back or if I'm running the ball in general with any player. Um, I can't remember if that's auto or whatever, but I mean, I never really just thought about it. But yeah, they have the awareness to do that. Um, Route running is much more crisper. You will really get to see the route running from a running back, especially if they're a smaller back like Alvin Kamara, um, or Devontae Freeman, or any of those type of running backs. Um, it feels really good to run between the tackles now because the blocking is not just it's not just cut and dry. It varies based on the personnel, and I think not to say it didn't happen before, but it really shines now. Um, Quarterbacks, the pass trajectories are much better. You have to use the analog stick to throw the ball much more the way you want it to go. And the analog stick is calibrated. They have it You'll see it in the notes of the mod because I have the link in the description. You will see where that the analog stick is like a step into the pass. So with that being said, you can see where certain ball placement will vary based on where you want to put the ball. Excellent idea, and like I said, this stuff has been in the game, and I'm trying to figure out why it just has not been in the game day one, or just put the algorithm out there to where these things could trigger much more. Receivers are much more better at going after the ball. If you go and try to do an aggressive catch, more than likely they'll just do a high point catch instead of an aggressive catch. They won't try to do nothing outrageous to try to catch the ball. It's just that they'll just go up for the ball, which is a great addition because it gets rid of the two-man animations for the most part when you try to trigger that. With that being said, the DBs are much more better at defending the pass. You don't see these crazy warping and shifting moments. Uh, the guys play like they really are in position to do things. If they're not in position, it just won't happen. That's just how it's supposed to be. If they're not in position, well, what you expect? But anyway, I think at the end of the day, I think that what this mod has done is just basically give you a real X's and O's situation in Madden. Is it perfect? No, I don't think it's perfect. Is it great? I think the modification is great. Downright, I think they did a fantastic job of trying to get this game a certain way to where you actually have to use your football mind to be successful. I don't think this would be for everybody who wants to just jump in and just play Madden, but I think it'd be excellent for somebody who wants to come in and play football. I hope that made a lot of sense. Like I said, I really didn't feel like doing no breakdown and showing you what's what. Not because I have anything to hide. I can care less. I mean, the game's right there running behind me. To me, it's just that I just don't have the desire to do those type of videos, man. I really don't. If it is, it's going to be very, very short. It's not going to give you all the information you need. And I just felt that it was better for me just to tell you straight up. The link is down in the description if you want to check out the mod. It gives you more information about how everything is done, and it shows you how to boot up the mod once you get it on your PC, and how to boot it up and actually implement the mod into the game, and how to launch the game once you get the mod together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys just enjoy and take care. Keep gaming. Peace.